So hello everyone, welcome back to another live trading session with me. Now, Bitcoin is at a very dangerous level. We're currently below 75k, which is pretty crazy. I am expecting actually a push towards the upside right now, back into that. Well, I'm aiming for 77k actually. You can see all of that liquidity for the downside has been swept up right now, and a huge chunk of it actually still sits in the upside. So we've got a 77.2k, 77.6k is kind of where we are currently aiming for. So this is kind of the dip that we are looking to buy. RSI is coming up into a nice 50 level, so we'll kick that off with a long position. Same for SUI and Pudgy Penguins as well. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, we'll come in for a trade on gold as well. We'll do 50x leverage on that as well. So those are currently the positions we've got. I don't believe there's going to be a heavier push towards the downside. There's no real catalyst for the markets right now. So, you know, it is looking a little bit, you know, on the dangerous side. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin itself, I don't believe it will continue even lower than let's say 74.8k. All the liquidity is right in the upside, so Bitcoin right now has just been coming from liquidity to liquidity, which is kind of strange, but yeah, that's how the market is currently moving. Let's have a look. Whales are extremely bearish, mid is bearish, retail is also bearish. Market does look to be bearish right now. 15.9 million in longs and 97.4k in shorts. That is crazy. That is crazy. We're not too worried just yet, as price will begin that climb very soon. So the US market just opened about 24 minutes ago. But yeah, and we did actually see quite a vicious move by the looks of it. So market opened here, and we have just come down from 75.2k to 74.8k, which is a pretty significant move towards the downside. But we have obviously swept the liquidity fully now. And pretty much all we are kind of expecting right now is that push for the upside. You got quite a lot of liquidity in the upside actually. So 109 for 76.6k, 240 million at 77.2, and then another 120 at 77.6k. Now we want to see Bitcoin pushing higher. Currently we're at 74.9k. We are positive for SUI and Pudgy Penguins, while we are negative for Bitcoin and gold. But I don't believe Bitcoin will push that price down even further. It just doesn't seem too realistic right now. So we are slowly coming for that climb. You can see we're slowly coming within the 42 to 50 range on the RSI. MACD is running nicely towards the upside. We've got some nice buying pressure there, so I'm expecting right now a higher high to be made, and then a nice shift towards the upside, making higher highs, higher lows would be very, very nice to see. I mean, even if we come up to 77k, that will still be some very nice profit. So coming up to 77k would give us 3k profit already, and then that 78k, well, actually, to be more realistic, we could even, yeah, so 77.5k is kind of the area we'd probably max out. Still a 4k trade, but I'm kind of aiming for that mid-range for Bitcoin. So I am looking for, let's say 76.6k or even 77k. I reckon 77k is a reasonable level where we could come to. Yeah, we just took a dip as well there. Like I said, not too worried just yet. Still expecting a continuation. Still expecting that continuation. Go short on everything. Why? Why? I don't know. It's not got enough. There's not enough around the world happening right now to kind of push that price to 72k. I feel like we'll see definitely a move back into this kind of region. So I'm looking at, well, we'll definitely make it a lower high. So realistically, we can expect about 75.7k. Obviously, you can see the highs being made here, there, and then a move to the downside. So I'm expecting a high around that area. But coming back to 77k would kind of put us in, well, back within this range that we were trading in for a long, long time. But you can see how insane the market looks right now. Very choppy, very volatile. It's looking a bit, I mean, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. Like, we've seen these massive spikes and then a big move to the downside that you can see, like yesterday, I believe that is. Yeah, yesterday's big spike to the upside for 78k, and then a big push downside, consolidated, and now a big push to the downside even further. So yeah, currently we're sat at 74.72k. Now we're up about 75. Yeah, you can see we're already in some nice profit right there. So like a move to the downside is not really what I'm kind of looking for right now, as there's nothing to kind of push that price to that level. 72k is like, well, it's a major support level. So looking in the daily time frame, let's have a look. We'll get rid of this, well, actually we can, no, it's not valid anymore, so we can get rid of that. So. Right, so pretty much this is kind of, well, this is the consolidation we had in this area. So we're currently, we're still consolidating, and the lowest we've been price-wise was on Saturday, where we saw that big dump to the downside, which was 74,197. Now we've just made it back within 75 plus K. We sat at a nice $600 in profit, which is very nice. But yeah, this is the lowest price it's currently been. We are close to that 72k, but obviously the support level is going to go up as price goes up. So you can see support level for this area was obviously 61k, and then here we've got 66k. We was expecting 72k, but realistically now we may be coming slowly towards like 74k. So as days go on, we'll most likely hit that support level, which is obviously the major one for now. So pretty much I'm expecting a hit on this support level and then a continuation higher. So a healthy reset. Situation is obviously kind of, well, paused right now. We've not seen much news since the weekend. Yesterday there was something. On the weekend we actually got some more conflict, and yeah, I mean it's not positive whatsoever, but the situation is slightly calmed down, so that is why we're not seeing you know, big moves towards the upside. We've actually failed to reclaim that 77k many times now. Well, we can actually see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, pretty much for like 10 days straight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 days we've actually tried to reclaim that level. You can see that the resistance is there. So you can see the confirmation from all these candles. Confirmation, 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 confirmation. A slight break towards the upside. So we made a high of like 78k. You can see that was yesterday's push, and again failed. So yeah, the downside is looking more of a level, more of like an accurate level, because, well, until we get something that happens within the market, yeah, we'll definitely see that move continue into the market's downside at that support level. Pretty much investors right now are kind of worried. They don't want to put huge amounts of money into the market because it's a very high risk that is obviously gonna, you know, be lost. So yeah, right now everyone is kind of nervous. That's why we're seeing price coming down. So yeah, like I said, I'm expecting 74k ish, maybe 74.5. So we are coming closer and closer to the major support level. So like we're looking about 74 to maybe 73k range is where we have that support level. So you can see 73 to 74-ish. It depends obviously how fast the market moves. We could even see a push today, let's say to about 73k, maybe even to 72.5, 72, and then a push back up to the upside. But obviously I'll keep you guys updated as the days go on. It's currently about 1.1k in profit. I still am expecting that price to continue, even if we do get a move, let's say to kind of this low here at 75.1k. I'm still expecting that continuation. You can see we've got some resistance at this level here. Price is not being able to come past that level right now. Let me have a look. So you can see we've got some slight rejection there. Rejection, rejection. You can see by the size of these wicks, we've got a big rejection on this bullish candle here. So a move to the downside and then a retest back up to that level is definitely what I'm expecting. So yeah, coming back within a range of, let's say 75, well, let's say low 76k, let's say high 75 is kind of where I'm looking for. Well, that's just a realistic approach and kind of target, as the market conditions are very shit right now. But yeah, that is where we are at. Whales are still extremely bearish, sorry. They were bearish, they were extremely bearish about 10 minutes ago. Now they are very bearish, which indicates a slight move and a slight shift towards the upside. Same for mid. They also look to be leaning towards the upside as well. Retail was bearish, now it's neutral, still a little bit to the, to the downside. So Price is still within 75k, and this is kind of the level I would expect the price to continue higher and pushing through that level there. So we'll see what happens. There we go, we've got a move towards the upside now. We're still sat at $800 in profit, 300 for gold, 237 for Sui, and 213 for pudgy penguins. So, oh, that's not what we wanted to see at all. Let's have a look. I mean, I was definitely not expecting something like that to happen, but yeah, that is what we just saw. News-wise, we've got nothing at all. Literally no news whatsoever. There'll definitely be something on Twitter. It'll just be, well, it won't be anything really, because Iranian State TV has published what it claims is a new draft proposal for peace with the US, and it reportedly still clashes with several major American red lines. Great. So, Bitcoin takes a lot of pressure off the dollar, much more important than anything we invested in. Yeah, so there's not really any clear indication that we're going to get some, nice changes in conflict-wise. That is what she said. Go short, sweet profits, 74,250. 74,250. That's crazy. $74,190. I mean, there is some slight liquidity building up there, and we've also got some building up in the upside. So 75.6k. There's a big indecision in the market right now. You can see liquidity building here at 74.5k, and liquidity building at 75.5k. So currently we are in a bit of a predicament. Oh, it's cooked. I mean, we've still got enough to continue that move towards the upside. Still got enough space. Yeah, but we are kind of leaning towards that downside, which is not too good. Let's have a look at oil actually. Where are we at with oil? Oil price, I wanna see a move to the downside. Would be nice. 211 for Bitcoin. Cooked. I want to see that shift. Towards the upside. Yeah, you can see it's curling off now. The MACD is curling off, and it looks like it's, curling off towards that downside. You can see. But we haven't actually moved past that low, which is so far good. You can see we've got some rejection at this low here. Yeah, so Bitcoin and Sui are kind of the only ones right now that are in a bit of a negative. Gold is still up, which is good, which is very good. So is Pudgy Penguins. Let's have a look at gold actually. Yeah, gold is looking very nice. A level where I'd want to see gold coming to would be 4481. 4481. We can bump up that stop loss now actually for gold. So let's go with 4418. What? Oh, that's downside. We'll do 4435. Let's have a look. Bitcoin does seem to have that buying pressure still there. So if we actually fail this previous low, then that won't be too good. So like I said, I'm still expecting that move to continue the upside, the upside push. So we need to break through this level pretty cleanly and actually hold above it. And then after that, I believe we won't have any trouble getting to that upside apart from kind of this area. I long gold from 4509. Let's have a look. 4509. Yeah, you're cooked. You're cooked. You are so cooked. That's crazy. 4509, oh my days. That is all the way up here. Bro. That is this peak. Wait, 4509. That's like here. May I ask why Everdex? How is the liquidity on it? Is it good for altcoin traders? Yeah, I mean, I've been trading on it for, well, multiple months now. We've got prize pools, things like that. Liquidity is good. Liquidity is actually really, really good. It's like every other, what's it called? Decentralized exchange, but on Everdex you get, what's it called? You get bonuses and you can get levels. So pretty much as you progress, you can actually earn points and stuff for your trades, and then you get cash back on your losses and things like that. You can definitely read more about the exchange in it. So that link is in the description below. If you want to check it out, you can do. Is it good for altcoin trades? Yes, I trade. Well, I trade pretty much everything on here. So yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend Everdex for you. I mean, we've got many things on here. We've got meme coins as well, which is pretty cool. We've got crypto. We've obviously got gold, silver. Let's have a look. These are my favorites right now. I don't really trade silver too much. I like trading gold. Gold is good. So we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, crude oil, Sui. Sui is a altcoin as well, I believe. Pepe as well. Pepe is a meme coin. Pudgy Penguin is also a meme coin. Fart coin as well. We've got gold, Solana, XRP, Silver, Doge, Hype, Binance, Near Protocol. What else have we got? River. You've got Tron, Tesla. We've got Forex actually coming in the near future. So if you trade Forex, if that's something you know really enjoy trading, then yeah, stay tuned for that. That will be coming very, very, very shortly. What is going on with Bitcoin? Oh, we're still slowly pushing the upside, which is very, very nice. But yeah, I'm still expecting that move to continue. We'll have a look at crude oil. I tried only Asta. I'm not too sure about Asta. But yeah, I've been using Evidex for, yeah, like I said, many months now. So you got competitions here, you can see. So pretty much, I don't think there's one. I think there's only this one that's live right now. You can get obviously prize pools, things like that. There was a competition recently, you can see, where we got the iPhone, Apple Watch Series 11, AirPods free. You can win USDT on here as well, so let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about. Clashback. So there's a little task bar. Pretty much it gives you 16 tasks every day. Now each task will give you a little gem, and with these gems you get unlocks on cases. It's like CSGO. But yeah, you get cases, and then in the case, well, say for example this one, 5% referral commission for 2 hours, 100 XP, and a lucky shot ticket. So a lucky shot ticket is, let's have a look, you see, lucky shots, open lucky shots. So pretty much you have a chance to win 100,000 USDT. So pretty much you jump on it, you know, like jump on the thing, obviously. Oh, nearly, I was close. I got a bit, well, I got 1 USDT, but you have to claim it for obviously to get it. You can't just keep going and then you'll claim it, because then that'll be a instant win every time. So yeah, have a look if that's something you're into. So currently on our trade, we are still pushing to the upside. We have seen some resistance though, but I am expecting that push for that higher high. And as we do get obviously higher in the price, I will be adjusting my stop loss as well. So currently we have actually adjusted the stop loss for gold at 4,435. Our entry price is 4,427. So the gap is small, but we have adjusted it in case price obviously does shift heavily to that downside. So we'll still be in a slight amount of profit. So we are looking very good. You can see we've made, well, we've come from that from the upside to that downside. We've had a push. We've made a high, a low, and a nice indication that we are coming still for the upside is that we've obviously made a higher low, which is obviously higher than this region here. So I'm still expecting a push. We might see some consolidation at this range, as we have obviously seen it at this high, but now that the price is coming towards the downside is very concerning. Very concerning. So SUI and Bitcoin just took a big push towards the downside, which is kind of cooked, but yeah, that's a very aggressive move from the sellers. Very aggressive move, you can see. We don't really want to be coming past that previous low. That won't be good for us at all. But the facts, I believe we've made now a lower high, which is not good. So the sellers have just made a lower high. Yeah, that's not good at all. We've still got 30 seconds on that candle there. Yeah, SUI's not doing good. Pudgy Penguins are negative, and so is Bitcoin. We were just in about $800 in profit, and now we are down about 52. Gold is kind of keeping us alive right now, which is pretty good. So we haven't made a lower low yet, but I believe we will be doing that. Thing is, we haven't even made it to that level yet, and we've been rejected, well, pretty heavily from the sellers. Right now, buyers do need to push back pretty strong. Otherwise, we will continue that move towards the downside. And that is not what I want to be seeing. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Let's have a look. 119. 120, 120. So we've got liquidity building at 76k and also at 74k. Yeah, this is not looking too positive, not gonna lie. Looks like price wants to come past that previous low. And the next kind of liquidity that we are looking for would be kind of 74, well 74k is pretty crazy right now, but I mean overnight we actually made a low, or yesterday. So right now, yeah, you can see we've been making lower lows, lower highs. Been very bearish actually from that point there. Well, from this bigger move. You can see big push towards downside with a low here, which is at 75.8k, and then 75.2k, and now 74.8k. Yeah, that's cooked. That is so cooked. Bullshit. It's like, it's just so the market right now is just so funny in a very bad way. It's a fact that you can't obviously know anything about price. You can't expect anything at all from Bitcoin itself. I mean, the fact that we've obviously not made it past this low is a little bit interesting, but I am expecting a push towards it even further. So if price actually does make a push to the upside right now, then that would be very, very, very strange. As you can see, we've made a high, obviously a higher high, and we made a higher low, sorry. You can see we kind of look into the upside. So this high should have realistically been higher than that previous one. And that would have signaled a nice move towards the upside. But now we've kind of been rejected from this level here. And well, it's still to be determined, as sellers could push that price down pretty aggressively. I am going to exit that gold trade, as I do believe the market will be shifting towards the downside even further. Yeah, MACD is leaning towards the downside, so I'm expecting a continuation up until 74.2k at least. So we'll do 74.2. Well, 74,200. What? Oh, that's the wrong coin. We want Bitcoin. Why? Oh, there we go. So gold will most likely come for a push towards the downside as well. Gold is at a pretty decent level right now though. But yeah, we will come in for a position on gold as well. For, let's say, 4,380 is okay. 4,380 is pretty reasonable. 4,380. Let's have a look. Yeah, we made a big move to the downside there. Well, Pepe has actually been to a low of 0.003419, so 0.003418. 0.003418. Short Pepe as well, but Bitcoin's obviously the main man. So I'm expecting that push to continue. We have got liquidity building at 74.6k, I think. 74.2, we've got 105 million now. And then the most amount of liquidity we've got is at 77.6k. But I mean, right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Well, we are 74.6k right now on TradingView. So you can see, let's actually try and draw the best and most accurate level that we can. So currently we are seeing 74.8k, even though we've got, let's have a look on 74,700 pretty much. So we broke through actually slightly, but that may have been a fake out. It may have been a fake out. Just to get rid of that buying pressure, just to get rid of that selling pressure. There's no way. That is so bad. So it's been absolutely faked out right there. Fake out to that downside, then I'll push back up towards the upside. I feel like if I don't come in for a position right here, then I'll miss out this whole move. And that was a good indication for the upside. And now we are actually aiming towards that 76k range. But if we shift to that downside, oh my days, I don't even know what I'll do. I mean, there is still a chance to make a continuation to that downside, and there is a lot more liquidity in the downside, so a potential shift slightly towards the upside and then a continuation towards the downside could still be on the books. So we've got 105 million liquidity at 74.2k. Price is slightly pushing. I will actually exit that trade because I still believe we're going to go for that downside. We broke that level, we've faked it out, but I don't know, I'm still seeing that downside. Situation's not getting better. Bro get from me, short now and long gold. short now and long gold. How does that make sense? Let's have a look. Yeah, but I mean, gold's gonna act the same way as Bitcoin ever so slightly. If we see a push for Bitcoin, we'll see a push for gold, so I don't know. So if we see an actual push for Bitcoin, then I believe we'll definitely see a continuation for gold as well. Well, pretty much in the same direction. There we go. So I am aiming for the downside. We'll obviously past that low right now. So we've been getting rejections even lower. You can see big impulsive moves to the downside. And that entry is very, very nice. Yeah, you can see Sui just jumped from about $20 in profit to 285. What have we got for gold? Gold is leaning toward that downside still. RSI is getting weaker at 41. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're seeing some rejection there. So until we get a further move past that downside, I won't be coming in for another trade on anything. So we need to see that price coming past. Well, that is not what I wanted to see at all. Oh my days. This is how cooked the market is right now. Like, what is this? What is going on? There's no real, like, indication of where price is heading. It's liquidity to liquidity, but then at the same time, there's a lot of liquidity building in the downside. We've got about 120 million. Well, actually, we've got 140. We've got 126 now. 130, still building in the upside, 119, 117, 126. Now the most of liquidity is still in that downside. It's actually shifted from the upside now to the downside. So we did actually see a lot of it here. So at like 77.6k. Yeah, now it's shifted towards 74.2. And price wise, we haven't obviously broke that previous high, which is good. So yeah, we're getting an indication of the downside still. Like we'll go Pudgy Penguins and gold as well. You can see we've been rejected. We want to see a stronger rejection from this level right now, though. You can see we're getting it, but it's well, we've got some there actually. 4K, what for gold? I don't know. Maybe. If we get Bitcoin coming to like 70, what is it, 72k, then let's have a look actually. I don't know, 4k is like insane. 4k is just, no, 4k is a bit too crazy, I think. Right, I'll go, well, let's just go gold. Daily time frame. Well, to be fair, we actually did come to 4k at on the 23rd of March. Look at that big push to the downside, crazy. So, I mean, yeah, 4k is a reasonable kind of place to be, though. You can see we've been moving to that downside pretty heavily. So we've got high, low, high, lower high, a lower high and lower low. Lower high, not a lower low. So there is a bit of a weakness in this, downwards move. Still got a lower high. A lower high, a lower low, and a lower high by the looks of it. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, 4k is a reasonable area to kind of look for, but I feel like we'll need more of a catalyst to see, obviously, Bitcoin coming down in price as well. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Currently, the whole situation looks very cooked. So if we fail actually this previous high, then yeah, I'm looking to that downside still. We don't want to get it like yesterday. Obviously, we could have been in like a, well, I think it was about 5+K trade, but we exit too early. But the thing is, price came up so high that, let's say price actually did continue to obviously move to the upside, then would have been in an absolutely horrible amount of loss. So would have been in like a 3k loss or something crazy like that. So I mean, yesterday's position was good. Let's have a look. So yesterday's position was we obviously took some positions there, and then yeah, we was looking at that 76k level. I think we entered about here somewhere, or was it here? I'm not too sure. Anyway, we were in a position and price kept coming up higher and higher and higher. I believe, yeah, this was the area we entered. Price was coming down even further and further and further. And then we came to here, and that's kind of when I got a bit nervous, exited the trade. But then after about 20 or so minutes, we saw a huge push past that liquidity we had at 76.1k, which was just here. So yeah, that's Bitcoin for you guys. Bitcoin is just insane right now. That was around selling gold. What, this massive move? But you can see we've got rejection there, rejection there. So I mean, 4k could be a level, but we got rejected, and we stayed at 4.3 or 4.4k. So we are slightly coming to that downside now. We profit in Sui and Pudgy Penguins.
Pain of being as one comes after bodies return to earth, having danced on notes and verse. Rituals of drum leave no doubt. Shift of body to soul, move about, conjoined into one groove.
180. So we've actually failed that previous high, which is good, which is very good. But we still obviously need to come past this previous low and continue that move. Now we have got 130 million in the downside now, no, 126. 130 million sits at yeah, there's quite a lot of liquidity in the upside though. 130 million is at 74.9k. So we want to see that move continue all the way down to 126, which is sat at 74.2k. Question is, are we going to get there? Let me know. Bruh. Why are we actually seeing these crazy moves right now? That's what I want to know. Like the moves we're seeing, they're very confusing. Like there's no real indication of where price is actually headed. I mean, gold has been coming bearish as well for quite a lot of time, for quite a long time now. So this looks like a good entry for gold. You can see we've had a retest. I believe this may have been that retest, but a 80. We're pretty much at a decision point right now. We're still making lower highs though, which is good, but we still want to see that continuation. Right now, we are looking pretty shady. What is going on? But we're making lower highs. We've had a fail to come past that previous high, but then what have we got? So choppy, so volatile. Look at the size of these candles. Big push downside, big push upside, continues. Push to the downside, push back up. Cooked. So cooked. Looks like a rejection, but there's still room to obviously continue that move. So why have we kind of started coming towards that liquidity, and then we've kind of, you know, shifted towards the upside, but then we've obviously had a weakness here to come even higher, and then what is going on? Someone tell me. It's funny, the market nowadays is more dependent on news articles than actual tea on chat. There's literally no news as well. Like, there's literally nothing news-wise that is gonna have, you know, an impact. Because right now it's just a mess. It's just a huge mess. Look, we've got no news whatsoever. We've got something like Boeing discussed increasing weapons production. I mean, that does slightly increase, you know, tension, but it's not an actual, you know, it's not a direct factor. High stakes meeting. President Trump now set to gather his cabinet at the White House. Trump said the world is a big casino. Well, that's what it looks like, doesn't it? That's what it looks like right now. And then now a rejection again. What is going on? So we've been rejected from this level twice now. You can see the first time was here, and then the second time was just now. So it looks a little bit nicer for the, you know, that level of 74.2k. I've got a Discord. I've not put it in this chat today. Let me just drop it in. There you go. Join that. I'll set it to obviously public. Well, not public, but however you guys want to share your thoughts as well. That'll be good to see. You can see price is still struggling though. Price is struggling to come lower. What have we got on flow? Because right now, the direction for Bitcoin is just so undecided. Look, whales are neutral, mid is neutral, retail is neutral. No one knows where price is going. No one has a clue. I mean, we're looking at 52 on the 1 minute. 5 minute, you're seeing 42. But then, well, I mean, kind of, yeah. You can see it's like a push to the downside. So we've got higher, lower, lower, lower. So yeah, we could see that push to the downside. Well, right around. If we get obviously lower than the 50 zone, then we'll look pretty good. Unless we obviously come higher than that, that'll be pretty bad. MACD's leaning to the upside for the 5 minute time frame though. 1 minute, it looks to be undecided yet. You can see we are literally together right there, but it does look like we've seen a pretty big push. But I mean, yeah, there's still a chance to come bullish. Liquidity, 130 mil. Downside has disappeared, 116 now. So why have we got the major liquidity at 74.9k? What is going on? I mean, we've still got quite a lot there though. At that downside. 118, 96. Let's look at a 48 hour. 142. And that is 76.4k. Oh my days. It looks so. There's no real indication, but we are. It looks like we are getting some building pressure there though. So maybe a move like this is what we could expect. Is that accurate? We're at 55. There's no real indication of where we are headed.
I see.
So here we had rejection, failing to make a higher high. Yeah, so here we had a rejection, failing to make a higher high. So ideally we would have seen it there. Then we started to make, we made a lower high again, a lower low as well. But then now we are kind of shifting a lower, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So this might be where we exit, because that looks really bad. Where are we at for gold? Gold is, gold is not really moving too, yes, it's kind of consolidating but slowly coming to the downside. Yeah, so right now we are kind of leaning towards the upside, which is a bit strange, but so that is kind of the structure we have, but then it's still very, very hard to tell. Upside, downside, upside, downside. And that's what I'm expecting right now. So if we actually get to that support level, so if we get to that resistance level now, I'll be coming in for a short position as an expectation of a move back down towards that support level. So now if we actually break through this kind of level we are currently moving in, and then to the downside, then I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I'm stressed out beyond belief today. The whole situation right now looks, well, I'm not sure whether to say tense or good or what, but it's not good at all. It's like very, very chaotic moves, very undecided, movement wise. We're not getting any clear indication whatsoever. Crude oil is, well, it actually took a big push to the upside. Currently we made a high of 91.026. So are we going to be moving to that? Is it going to be cooling off? If it is, then we'll be in for a nice push towards the upside. Bitcoin is kind of Ethereum is doing kind of the same thing. Oil does look like it's slightly cooling off. So we are slowly actually pushing towards the upside, but like I said, the direction of where we are actually headed is not yet, it's not clear. It's very, very, very not clear. I mean, I was actually expecting to come back within 77k at least, but yeah, right now, I mean, it's definitely doable. 2k price movement is it's doable, but we have seen a very big move towards the downside today. You can see, so from a high of 76.125 to 74.768. So we've got some confirmation on that candle there as well. So an expectation right now would be a push up until that resistance level. You can see we've got the confirmation here, there again, same for the upside, here and here as well. They go here and here. So right now I am expecting that move towards the upside. So once we get that, I will be coming in for a short position back down to this support level. Looks like we've had a break of structure, so we failed to come past, we failed to continue that move to the upside, and now we've had a stronger push, and we've broke that structure that we was trading in. So that structure is no longer valid, unless we obviously still continue the upside move. But yeah, like I said, I've got no real indication of where price is headed. You can see gold is acting, well, Tether Gold is acting very, very similarly to how Bitcoin is as well. And right now, an expectation would be to a low of 402. That's just looking, you know, structure-wise. And for Bitcoin, it seems we've come back within that level. So a short position on this resistance level could be very nice, unless we obviously fail to hold it and continue even further to that downside. But right now, it looks like we are still in a move to the downside. You can see a lower high, lower high, lower high. And it's just sloping to the downside. But it looks to me like a slight false break there actually. So if we're looking at it like, well, this way, then you can see we've had a slight false break there. Confirmation. Well, it just still looks like a downwards move. Iran says draft deal with US includes 60 days ceasefire across all fronts. Fronts, sorry. And that's critical. So tension has just slightly come down actually. But I mean, yeah, looking at it now, we do look to be leaning towards that downside. We've broken past this low. Well, this is the low we actually firstly made. We've broken past it here. But you can see we're lower, 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 lower. When it's no move to take, I notice YouTube partners with the exchange to give away prop accounts, and they give YouTubers accounts to trade with. I'm not sure if you've I've not seen that, but maybe some do. I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm not seeing anything good from that price right now. I mean, in this exact area that we've got right now, you can see MACD is literally level. We are coming slightly higher RSI wise, but you can see we've still got enough movement to continue that move to the downside. We've not surpassed any of these previous highs. We have this one, but it could still be a fake out like we had here. So you can see a big sharp move to the downside, so that is what we could see happening here, unless this is actual breakout and price does continue to push even higher. Yeah, you can see we've got a rejection there again. Yep. Let's have a look. So liquidity for that downside has now actually dropped. We've got 93, 105, 94. And then for the upside, we had 118 at 75.7k. So it's very very difficult to kind of understand where price is headed. So could we see a move to the downside? So you can see we've been rejected again from the sellers. Actually, we've got some kind of support at this level. We'll see if it breaks it now, as price is coming to that downside. Where was it again? Here or here? There. No. There. I mean, kind of. Well, we went based off of this candle, false break. Somewhat of a confirmation there. You can see the rejection from that candle wick. Confirmation there actually, and then here as well. So it's relatively strong. You can see we've been rejected from that level again, and it may look like a compression zone right now. You can see price is being squeezed within this level. Touch, but we had a fake out to the downside there. Touch, 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 touch. So could we see could we see a move towards the upside? I mean, we're still not seeing any movement from Bitcoin though. Is that an actual indication or not? It might be an actual breakout though. But I believe we will get a move towards that downside. We're short. I don't think Ethereum has made that. Yeah, it has actually. We're short Ethereum as well. Sui and gold. Where's gold? Gold is still looking to be leaning to that downside there, which is pretty nice. We'll go past that 4392. But that shrinking flag, it looks very accurate for Bitcoin, unless we've actually broken it right there. No, that wouldn't be good. We need to make it past that previous high to be breaking that candle. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It looks too big to be actually a fake move, but I mean, for all we know, confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. That's the candle wick we went from. So it doesn't look like a true breakout just yet, which is very, very nice. I believe it will collect that, sweep that liquidity in the downside though. 93, 105. There's still quite a lot of liquidity there though. 93, 105. There's nearly a combined amount of 300 million there. That's pretty heavy though. We were moving to the upside. We came up slightly, but I believe we will continue. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get. Gold is still moving to that downside slowly, but it is. I don't want to be seeing Bitcoin continuing that move. I really don't. Not at all. Oh my days. I'm getting some heavy push into that upside though, you can see. It's not what we want to see, but it is what we're getting. I mean, it is we have a compression zone, we have a flag. You can see how it's been moving within it. Rejection from these from the support level many times. So we came from the downside, and I'd expect a downside move to continue. But the fact we're coming bullish right now, we're getting buying pressure, is it's not a good indication. Not a good indication. Well, we're getting rejected again and again. Rejection there, but price is still not coming to that downside. Or are we going to get a stronger move to that downside? But I don't know. It's Trump have a meeting in White House right now. Trump to hold cabinet meeting amid Iran war. Watch Trump holds cabinet. So we are not live yet. trash. There's no real, like, what even was that? Honestly. And now if this is a fake out and we actually come back within that level, then that is just crazy. Not yet. Do you know approximately the time? Yeah, so we have actually broken above. We need to clear this previous high though. If we clear this previous high, then I mean, look at the whole structure. Still lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We're still leaning to the downside. We compressed, and then yeah. We'll see some rejection from this area right now though. We will see some rejection. Yeah, so you can see we've got a rejection right there from the buyers, from the seller, sorry. Still everyone neutral, bearish, retail is neutral as well. So I believe like no one still knows where price is actually headed. Because I mean, for all we know, we could fail this level right now, and we come all the way back down to that liquidity we've got at 74.2k, sorry. So we've actually broken through that there, as you can see. So I will get some kind of retest though, and I believe we will continue even higher. This move has been pretty sharp though. This move has been pretty sharp. RSI is still okay, 7. Well, we'll come into the 70 range now. So I believe that move will be stopping. So we've got to get past this level right now. But head and shoulder. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So realistically, we've got a neck. This is the neckline we kind of have to come through. There. So you can see we've been rejected from it. If we continue and push, let's say about 75,300, then we'd be looking pretty okay for that continuation to the other side. But right now we are not looking too good. But it depends if we actually get through that 75.3k level. So we'll see, we'll see. So we are coming up to that level I was talking about. But we do need to hold it because we could still be in for a move to the downside. You can see we've got a slight rejection there. So ideally we need to be above this area. Buying pressure is still pretty good. MACD looks good. RSI is leading to 71 though. So we might have a little drawback before we continue higher. I reckon I'll be coming in for a long position. We're in a safe amount of RSI now. We've got some nice strength back. So 70s we're looking a bit to the overbought side. So I will long that from there. We'll long Sui as well.
See this scratch?
So I mean I am looking for that move to continue pushing even higher. So 75, 150. No, that's the stop loss. 76. Well, we could do 76k actually. That's what we've currently got going on. It's one of those moments someone longs the top and surprise themselves. It could be, it could be. It could be. I mean, we're still looking pretty good though. RSI looks good. We've broken above kind of this whole area now. And I'm looking towards the upside. There's no real indication we're going to go for the downside really. Buying pressure is still good. You can see the amount of buying pressure we've got in this area right now. We're in a pretty nice amount of strength right now at 65. So we could definitely be pushing above this kind of area that we're in right now. Right guys, I'll be back in just a sec so you can watch my trade. So we are slowly but surely looking on the brighter side for Bitcoin right now. Bruh. So he took a big hit somehow. Let's have a look at gold. Gold looks to be moving towards the upside. What about oil? Well, oil does seem to be dipping. I don't think we've had any, I'll have a look at news. Have we got any news? Ooh. We'll begin very shortly. President Trump participates in a cabinet meeting. So we'll see what Trump has to say very shortly. Very shortly. The Russian army has begun a sudden retreat. What? Why is there like a bit of emphasis on the sudden retreat? Russian forces are pulling back in the I'm not even going to attempt that directions for the first time in a long while. That's according to some guy, head of Conserve Council of the Ukraine's ground forces. So far, there are local counterattacks. Ukrainian troops are pushing Russians out of certain positions, retaking higher ground and forest belts. So there's no full-scale route yet. Well, I mean, there's some sort of decreased conflict, but it's still, that doesn't change the whole, situation on the war. But yeah, we are coming to a live announcement, so that'll be obviously on as soon as possible. But we'll see. I mean, we're not getting much buying pressure. Not much buying pressure at all. Not what I want to be seeing. Not what I want to be seeing at all. Yeah, we may be leaning to the downside there. We can't seem to break through towards the upside. We've tried many times now. And 136 million liquidity. And where are we looking for? Downside maybe? It's not 75.6. There we go. 76.5k is where we have most of that liquidity. And that's actually above this whole level that we have been moving in today. So today it's been relatively consolidated. We did see a sharper dip at about 7:40 a.m. and then obviously we've been consolidating ever since. Slight drop, push to the upside, well, a pretty big push to the upside, and then a heavy move towards that downside. But yeah, most of the liquidity is still in that upside range of 76 plus K. Yeah, like we've got here, 76.5k. That's where it is. That's where it is. price is just, there's relatively no movement whatsoever. It's just kind of compressing right now. But can we expect a continued move to the downside? I'm not sure. But Wales look extremely bullish. Mid is very bullish, retail bullish. So it looks good, but that may be due only to this move that we've just got. So you can see we've had another push to the downside there. So we've got even more liquidity. I believe it was 131 recently. Now we're at 136. 136.25 at 76.5k. Yeah, we've fallen back through our entry price. Yeah, so we've just been stopped out. So I'm just currently looking at the, there's going to be a live where President Trump will be speaking. So we'll actually have to, we'll tune in, we'll keep that on in the background, see what he has to say. So, yeah. So they haven't begun yet, but we will see what Trump has to say. If this is actually a dip before a continued push to the upside, then I will be, I'll be very disappointed. But like I said, there's literally no actual what's the word? Direction for Bitcoin today. We're seeing some very silly moves, and yes, the market is very bad today. So I believe what Trump will say will be a pretty big catalyst, and we can actually kind of we can actually kind of maybe position ourselves if anything harsh is said 55. Tensions got a little bit higher. Trump tells PBS News that Iran would not get sanction relief in exchange for giving up highly enriched uranium. Not sure how true that is. That is a Telegram group as well, so yeah, not the best of situations today, if I'm completely honest. We've had better days, we've had much better days, but yeah, today is, we've seen a big move to the downside there, but then we're still like, continuing that move. So ideally we'd need to surpass this previous high and make a higher one for us to obviously could be, well, continuing this move towards the upside. So if we do that, we could be in a position for a final kind of peak for the uptrend. So we may be in a position to come in on that third push. So we've got the first one, second, third. But we'll see. Let's have a look at liquidity. 136.25 million. 76.5k. Downside was still the same. Nothing has changed. But yeah, that's what we're looking like for gold. We were very close to the support level though. I mean, this move could have played out if I was still in that position, but at the same time, we could see a huge candle in I can't even speak, in the opposite direction at any given moment. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm still waiting on that announcement from, obviously White House is going to go live, and that's when we'll see President Trump going live. I believe he might address some important things in there. Yeah, so we've not got what is that in the background? Yeah, so it's coming up. It's still not obviously underway, but I believe what Trump's got on the roof, well, not the roof, but the behind is a very important hedge. We're slowly coming up on that move though, but I've got a feeling we're not going to surpass this previous high. We'll most likely continue that move to the downside. It doesn't look strong at all. I think crude oil is coming back up in price. Now it's slightly dipped, but it may obviously continue dipping, but when you're trading in oil, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of judge where it's going to go. With gold and things like that, you can kind of understand a lot better, but obviously oil it's very sensitive to kind of every headline. So I reckon Golden Globe is what's Golden Globe White House. I think that's what we've got going on in this live. Like, what is this? That's what I'm trying to understand right now. What is this thing behind it? Cranes and stuff. Some kind of massive, I I don't even know. Anyway, back to the chart. Yeah, that's what I was, you see, that's what I was saying. So if we came in for a short position, let's actually have a look. Yeah, indicators are leaning to the downside. MACD does look like it's going to continue. So we have actually failed to surpass that previous high. And we actually came close to that liquidity. We came back up. So a push to actually gain that liquidity again is kind of what I'm looking for. We've slightly come up in price. Let's have a look. So we're still not live yet. Still not live yet. If you guys haven't checked out today's video, make sure you do. There's a lot of important topics that I cover in today's video. So. Keep open Hajj. What's Hajj? I don't think I've ever heard that word in my life. Hajj. Well, we've got MasterCard just received approval to operate crypto and stablecoin payment infrastructure in New York. Right, let's have a look. So we are leaning to that downside. So we actually failed to surpass the previous high. We came in for a slight push there, but now I'm looking to create a lower low, and that would be a good indication. And then we could potentially come in for another position to catch this whole move on the kind of the next upcoming high. What have we got candle-wise? Well, that's obviously unless we don't surpass it, then that would be another kind of question of where price is headed. What is going on? So we've dropped to the downside. We've failed to surpass the previous kind of high area that we had. And now we've failed to surpass the downside. What is going on? So there's weakness in both sides, or like what is going on? When is this live gonna actually oh, there we go. Let's see what he's got to say.
Countries and from mental institutions and from lots of other places, drug dealers, others. They came in illegally during the Biden administration. We've gotten many of them out, but we still have some that we're looking for, quite a few that we're still looking for, but we've gotten over 11,888 murderers were allowed into our country. We've gotten a lot of them out. We've gotten some, we put them in jail. We don't even trust the country to send them because they'll come back in maybe. We put them in jail. 11,888 murders, more than half of which have committed more than one murder. That's what they allowed in. They can never be forgotten for the horrible things they've done to this country. Fentanyl coming across our border is now down by 61%. 61%. And coming in by water, by sea, by ocean is down 97%. Can you imagine? Thanks to our Republican,
I mean, thing is, Trump could say something right now that could obviously pump the market,
all Democrats
but
voted against
we'll
the
see.
tax cuts, putting more money in Americans' pockets this year. The typical family got tax refunds of nearly almost close to $5,000. The stock market has set 68 all-time record highs since the election. So 68 days we hit all-time highs. We're right there now. And the average 401k, and that's despite the conflict. I don't call it a war, I call it a conflict. Despite the conflict with Venezuela, who no longer has a Navy, no longer has an Air Force, no longer has a lot of people that were leading the country into very bad places.
I'm actually going to exit that trade just in case we get some insane news.
We're dealing with their third, half of their third, because half of their third is gone too. The average 401k is up almost $30,000 since I took office. So the Americans are benefiting working today. We have the most working, and we have 401ks at their all-time high. Highest they've ever been. And that goes along with the stock market, which is the highest it's ever been. Under my most favored nation agreements, this is something that I wish the media would talk about, because to me it's one of the biggest things ever to happen in our country. Certainly as to medical, anything having to do with medical, because drug prices, we're delivering record-setting discounts on prescription
So I
drugs.
did just actually exit that trade just in case
400,
things
500, and even
you know,
600% at the
take off.
TrumpRx.gov.
But we'll see.
We recently added
We'll see
nearly
what he has to
1,000
say.
low-cost generics to the website. So we have drugs down 400, 500, 600%. Now you could say 80, 90, 70, 60, 50% if you want. There are two ways. Depends on the way you ask the question. But a pill that would sell in Germany or in, let's say, in London for $10, we're selling for here for $130. And I got the countries to all agree, otherwise they would have had to pay big tariffs. I don't want to go into it, but I had some very interesting discussions. They said vehemently no, and then when I said, that's all right, we're going to charge you a 50% tariff on everything you sell into America, they said, well, like we said, we'll say yes. And every single country agreed, and every drug company agreed. So we have most favored nations. So we were paying the highest drug prices in the world. Now we're paying the lowest drug prices in the world. So that pill that I talked about would go from $10 to $20. The world is bigger than the U.S. Hard to believe, but it's true. So it's not like you cut it in the middle. You just had to go up a little bit, but a little bit is a doubling of a price. So a little bit's a lot.
I'm going to keep that one in the background just in case, I don't know, I get copyrighted or banned. So I don't want to get banned, so I'm going to leave that in the background.
$20. Think of that.
See, price isn't
So
going
if
anywhere.
you
Price is
remember,
literally
some of
going
you were at the
nowhere
news
right now.
conference I had in my first term where I got the prices down 1/8%, one
Here
quarter,
and
1/8
here is kind of
of
where
a
we are.
percent my first term.
Failure to the upside,
Drug
obviously
prices hadn't come
continuing,
down in 28
fail,
years, and I was the
downside,
first one to do
fail
it.
to surpass this
But now I'm
previous low
getting
as
them
well,
down,
so
not 1/8%, I'm getting them down 400,
I don't even know
500,
what to say.
600. Or if you want to use it a different way, you could say 70%, 80%, 90%, 50%. Nobody's ever said anything like it, and I got that through, well, everybody knew it was taking place, but we paid the highest prices anywhere in the world. Now we're paying the lowest prices anywhere in the world, and the press reviews us are right about it. I think it's the biggest thing, and for healthcare, you know, so much of it is prescription drug prices and drug prices. And with them coming down, the healthcare is going to come down very substantially. We recently added nearly 1,000 low-cost generics too, as I said, and that's, you know, 1,000.
gold does look to be leaving lower highs.
This was not given by me. This was given by Dr. Oz and Bobby, and I, you know, wasn't sure whether or not I loved the idea, but they said we want to use Trump. TrumpRx.gov is what it is, and it's the hottest site, I think, anywhere on the planet, from what I understand, Bobby, right? It's really great. People are calling up and they're buying drugs for a fraction, for literally a fraction of the price. And it should be the biggest story. And on that alone, we should win the midterms. On that alone, we should win the midterms. But the press doesn't talk about it. It's the biggest thing to happen in the drug industry ever, maybe. Ever. And the press doesn't
That's
even
what we're
raise
kind of
stories
making
about
right
it.
now, but we are
We
pushing
made
to
the
the upside.
largest
You
ever
see,
investment in U.S. military, $1
hit
trillion.
the
We're
resistance,
asking actually
drop
for
back, hit it
1.5
now
trillion
again. We are
for
through
the
it,
coming year.
so we could
And
be
we have the strongest
falling into the
military
upside.
anywhere in the world, as you know. You saw what we did with
Same here as well.
Venezuela. That worked out very quickly, and we're doing really equally as well with, but again, people don't want to write about it, with Iran. Iran is very much intent. They want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We're not satisfied with it, but we will be.
I mean, that's
We will
good.
be either that or we'll have to just finish the job.
That's not good.
The Navy is gone, as I've said 1,000 times. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Everything's gone, and they're negotiating on fumes. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we have to go back and finish it. Maybe we don't. Right now, I mean, you can speak to Steve Witkoff and Jared. They're doing a good job. But right now, I think it looks like they want to just make a deal. They want to.
I mean, price is
I don't think
nothing.
they have a choice. They're just going back to the
You can
internet
see
because they're getting
resistance,
their economy is,
rejection.
in free fall. They have 250% inflation. Their money has no value. Their whole economic system is broken down. They thought they were going to outweight me. You know, we'll outweight him. He's got the midterms.
I mean, Trump has not said anything
Look what
too
happened last
significant
night.
right
It was
now.
the prelude to the midterms. People understand it. They know that. Very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I'm doing that for the world. I'm not doing it just for us. And we've had great support
Today
from other
for
nations,
Trump
by
market,
the way.
not good.
We don't need it at all, but we've had great support.
Hello,
from
hello,
other
hello.
nations. The problem is you
Bitcoin
always
short.
get the support when you don't need it.
I'm
When you need it, you
thinking
don't get the
short.
support.
I'm thinking
With
short.
Operation Epic Fury, our warriors are ensuring that the world's #1 state sponsor of terror never obtains a nuclear weapon, and they won't. Under the leadership of Vice President J.D. Vance, very proud of this, the White House Task Force to eliminate fraud is waging war on waste, fraud, theft, and abuse like nobody's ever seen before. He looks like Elliot Ness. You ever see Elliot Ness? I'm telling you, the guys are up there, we're all casting, standing behind. What a group of people. No, it looks like a
So I expect to move back up to this, well, looks like a resistance level now though.
Billions and billions of dollars.
And then a
I just
continuation
said
to the
that's what he said.
downside.
You haven't seen anything yet. Just said that. And, you know, if he does really great, we'll have a balanced budget without having to do anything. This is the kind of money they stole. They're crooks. They're thieves. And I hope that Todd is going to do a real job. These are crooked people. These are thieves. This isn't like a mistake. Just talking about one person, he got hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars for securing one man, for taking care of one elderly man. He was a service. He got paid millions of dollars for taking care of one man. Total crook.
Bruh. How do you have adverts on a live? That is crazy.
They're crooked as hell. Elon Omar, crooked as hell. They're all crooks. And we got them. We got them.
I'm waiting for that price to come back up to this resistance level.
That's an impressive group of guys that you have behind you.
Same for Ethereum.
A couple of very strong women too. But I was watching that last night. I said, I'm proud of you guys. In 2 months, we've exposed tens of billions of dollars of defrauded taxpayer money, prosecuted numerous fraudsters, Todd, and stopped billions of suspicious payments, very suspicious. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet? What do you see? I'm getting reports from Todd, from JD. I've never seen anything like it. The kind of, just hundreds of billions of dollars was stolen. And no other administration would do what we're doing. Just let it go. Everybody was getting rich.
Stolen?
And I think we have a chance to save Social Security without doing anything to it by just the numbers of fraudulent people in Social Security, people that are 115 years old, 125 years old, getting payments.
This is where I want to see that price.
Said, oh, do those payments
hitting that level again, and then they'll be short in that position.
Somebody's getting the payment. It's not a person that's 125 years old. But that's the least of it. The numbers that we're finding out, we have great people in Social Security. We're going to make our Social Security so strong, so good, that you never see anything like it. We're going to protect. I said right from the beginning, we're going to protect our people in Social Security. If the Democrats ever got in, you wouldn't have said Social Security would be bankrupt. People wouldn't be getting anything. Last week, they took down 2 of the largest Medicaid fraud cases in Minnesota history, as well as the largest autism fraud case ever charged by the federal government. You saw that with millions of dollars just being stolen.
Autism fraud case.
Everybody had autism. They said. It was incredible, actually. And I've just seen I see what they're doing. You haven't seen anything yet. So
I'm so confused.
Be vicious like they are. They're violent people. They're violent, vicious scum. Before asking Vice President Vance to speak about these efforts, I want to express our tremendous gratitude to our outgoing Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who's a terrific person, actually. Come up with some findings that were pretty good. And,
for fake autism treatment services.
Trust and focus on the intelligence.
We're getting closer and closer to that level.
The intelligence community, they all respect
I want to see a little bit more of a push, and then I'll be coming in for that short position.
Leads that were pretty much, people thought they were dead, and they weren't dead. They were right there, and she was able to expose a lot of things that we used at the FBI with Cash and with Todd and with JD and everybody else. It was amazing. She dramatically reformed the Office of Director of National Intelligence and cutting the staff by 40%, and she prevented countless terrorists and cartel members from entering the United States. She exposed mountains of evidence related to the Russia hoax, probably the greatest hoax in the history of our country. Although
getting closer and closer to that level there. We want to see a touch or a slight break through it, and then we'll be coming in for that short position.
Hoax, a great hoax, a very dangerous hoax too. And revoked security clearances of officials involved, and she declassified numerous historic documents of special public interest, including related to the JFK and RFK assassinations, which everybody wanted to see. And we're now releasing a lot of things having to do with space. It's people are very interested in it. It actually became the #1 topic. We're releasing a lot of information having to do with extraterrestrial things, and people are totally fascinated by it. It's amazing. I wasn't sure if they would enjoy it. It's literally trending #1. Can you believe it? So a lot of people out there are like it, but we're releasing all of that information. And Tulsi, we're praying for you and for your husband. Her husband's not feeling great, but he's going to feel great soon. You're going to get him better. And he's a wonderful guy, so just say hello and thank you for the great work you've done. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to ask JD to say a few words about the war on fraud, followed by Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, who's doing fantastically, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, another one. I mean, we have great people. And the Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, Central Casting, He loves war. I don't know. He's a good man, Elvin. And Scott Bessent, you talk about a guy doing a job.
So we have just entered that position, and we've just seen a big push from the sellers just then. Very nice.
With other countries is what you've been able to do and find. And SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler, and all of the people here have been great. We're going to just do those few, and maybe if you have some questions, we'll go to others. But everybody around here has got a lot to say, but we did that once and it lasted for like 4 or 5 hours. It was a little much. We want to be open. So now if I do it this way, they'll say, he didn't let anybody talk. But let's start with JD, and you can talk about a really,
Wales
really
extremely
important
bullish,
thing,
mid is
bringing our
bullish,
country back
retail
to
neutral,
honesty.
leaning to the bullish
A
side.
tremendous amount of money is involved. Dave, go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, thank you for your leadership, sir, and for making it possible. I often find in the fraud task force that there sometimes are barriers that we need to break down, agencies that need to coordinate. And I'll come to the president and say, Mr. President, I need your permission to do, he'll say, for what? For the fraud task force, and he'll cut me off and say, yes, go do it. So the fact that we have dedicated presidential leadership is really what's made this possible, because it does require, we've got great people around the table, but sometimes these agencies don't know how to work together at the lower level, and that's one of the things we've had to turn on and force with the fraud task force. So I want to shout out just a few all-stars here. Linda at the Department of Education has been amazing at finding student loan fraud. You've got people who are either illegal aliens or aren't even actually real human
Illegal
beings
aliens,
who are getting
what?
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Is that
from
what
the
they call
Department
them
of
in
Education for
the
student
USA?
loans. We have cut that off. We found a lot. We're going to find a lot more. Scott at HUD has been amazing, because a lot of the fraud that we see is housing fraud. People claiming
136
benefits
million.
that they're not entitled to.
Still
or
upside, I
against, or
believe, yeah.
Sometimes completely made up
76.5K.
people who exist purely to collect fraudulent
Still a
money
lot
from
on the
the American
downside, though.
taxpayer. Baruch,
93,
the Department of Agriculture,
105,
something I had no
94.
idea until I started this work, sir, that we send hundreds of billions of dollars to the states to administer the food stamp program. The federal government has no insight into whether those food stamps are going to people who are legally entitled or whether those people actually even exist. And so we're working on a number of mechanisms to actually force the states to verify that the people who receive these benefits are actually entitled to them. And I can go down the list. I've gotten a lot of support from a lot of people in this room. Bobby Kennedy and Dr. Oz have been particular all-stars on this, and Kim at H&HS. What they've done with the Medicaid fraud, we found tens of billions of dollars in Medicaid and Medicare fraud just from their hard work. We've cut that off, and yes, Mr. President, we're going to find a lot more. The final thing I want to say, Mr. President, and I know that Todd maybe has something to say about this as well, but I always try to remind the American people, and certainly remind the cabinet officials. By the way, Kelly at SBA has found tens of billions of dollars that were from fraudulent loans that were giving under the Biden administration, and we've now cut that off and recovered a lot of that money. So this has been a whole of government effort, Mr. President. The team really deserves a great deal of credit here. But the final point I want to make, sir, is I always try to remind the American people that fraud is fundamentally a crime with two victims. The most obvious victim are the American taxpayer. They pay their taxes, they expect the money to go where it should go.
Still looking nice for that
and that's not
downside.
happening
We've
because
seen
of
some
fraudsters.
slight
But there are also
indecision,
victims,
though.
people who benefit from these programs that don't exist if we're not actually taking care of the fraud issue. And let me just give one example to build on something you said earlier, sir. One of the people that Todd just prosecuted was a person who was collecting a lot of money from the American taxpayer to take care of elderly citizens, people who worked their entire lives, paid their taxes, should have had dignity and nobility in old age, but it was deprived from them from fraudsters who say that they're taking care of them, who collect a check to take care of them, but then abuse and neglect these people. And particularly one man who died because he who he had completely neglected. So not only do you
We're
have
heavily
an American
pushing into this
taxpayer
resistance level,
who's
though.
paying into these programs,
It's not what I want to see. I want to see that
you have
move
an elderly
continue
citizen
into the
deprived of his
downside,
dignity because
surpassing
we're
that
not going
previous
after the
low.
fraudsters. Well, now we are.
How much money did he get?
Sir, hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe more than that, but we think that
There you go, there's a
exact
slight
type of
push,
fraud
though.
has been replayed all over our country. That particular case was outside of Minneapolis. We expect that there are tens of thousands of people who are collecting fraudulent money to take care of people, and they're not actually taking care of them. We're, of course, going to get to the root of as much of it as we can. But again, sir, it's been, I wouldn't say fun, because you find out how much people have been taken advantage of, but it's certainly very good and valuable work, so thank you for giving me the opportunity to do it.
Well, thank you very much.
So like I said, it needs to pass that previous low.
I'll just continue to talk about what
Whales
the
are
Vice
extremely
President's
bullish.
talking
Well, they're leaning to the
about. The way that we
bearish
are
side now, as
actually-
we have just seen a shift from extremely bullish to very bullish.
done, and
Mid is bullish, retail is
that's part of it, but it's
neutral,
also
leaning to the bullish side though.
guys that are doing it
Ever so
and
slightly, we've
stopping
seen
it
a
from
big
continuing,
move
and
to the
that's really
downside.
matter.
Big
Everybody in
move
this
to the
room has
downside.
inspector generals. And for many years, these really hardworking law enforcement members would identify fraud, and nobody did anything about it. DOJ prosecuted it, but spent a very little resources on that. So what we've done just in the past 51 days, over 400 law enforcement actions in this country related to major fraud. That's search warrants, that's arrests, that's convictions, that's indictments that are filed, and that's just 51 days. And it's not just the great prosecutors. It's the FBI agents, it's DHS, and then HSI agents. It's everybody in this room that has inspector generals that are now they have been freed up, and it's because of you. It's because of the vice president saying this is going to be a priority of what we are going to do, not just the Department of Justice. Even though we're the prosecutors that are putting bad guys in jail, it's also the law enforcement at every agency, FBI and DHS. And so we're already seeing results. We had a $1 billion fraud, a conviction
Where's that
trial
liquidity?
last week out of Florida.
74
And this was
200,
an
yeah.
organization that was stealing from senior citizens in Florida, duping them. There were call centers set up in the Philippines, and they were duping them to buy medical equipment that they didn't need, that they would never get, and that the taxpayers paid for. And so that's a good win. We arrested 15 guys in Minnesota last week. The vice president mentioned one of them. These are people that are not. They're just stealing, and many of them are here illegally. And so you have people who are in this country illegally, who are then taking advantage, and the vice president says something a lot that resonates with me. The generosity of the American people, the generosity of everybody in this room, the leadership, to take care of the people in this country that are the most, that deserve it the most. Children who are supposed to get food at school, and you have men just stealing, taking that money. And so that's what we're focused on. We are standing up, as you know, Mr. President.
We'll have a look at Ethereum as well, where that previous low was. So looking to about 2045 right there for Ethereum.
And then every U.S. Attorney's Office is now focused on it as well.
2045.
So this is something that will result in
And then
a
Pudgy,
better
well, for
place
gold
for
actually.
every citizen in this country, and save money, a lot of money, and also it's the right thing to do for our tax dollars, Mr. President.
And billions of dollars was given out just very quickly.
4350,
Before
4350.
Biden left office, billions and billions were given out. And I mean, I know of many cases, but one, I don't know what's happened with it, but I think you're looking at it. I know Lee was involved in it environmentally. Stacey Abrams was given $2 billion for an account that had $103 in it, an environmental fraud, I guess. And she had $103 in this newly opened account.
So I'm currently in the short position on this level to the downside. I'm still expecting that continued move.
And they had no reason for existence. They were
Well, to claim that liquidity at least at 74.2k.
Thanks to your leadership, Mr. President, that was canceled. And they no longer have access to that $2 billion.
They were like hell. They wanted that money. Go
In
ahead.
fact, it was over $29 billion that have now, it's now been canceled at EPA.
75.156 is where we'll put that stop loss for Bitcoin.
After the election, before your inauguration, they were caught on video
75.137.
saying that they were rushing to get billions of dollars out the door before you're swearing in, because they were afraid that once you were sworn in, you were going to stop it. Well, that part they were right.
Yeah, we did.
And we're happy to do it, Mr. President. And the Department of Justice under Todd Blanche's leadership, they just secured another big win in appeals court on some recently canceled grants for different agencies. So great attorneys making sure that this accountability is delivered over the finish line. It's been a great team effort.
It's a very nice
And we're
move.
building
It's a
more,
very
most
nice
importantly,
move.
we're building more factories in place.
Leaning
in the
bearish
United
now.
States now that at
Whales
any
were
time
bullish,
ever
now
before.
they were very bullish, now they are just bullish.
That's not including the
So from
12
extremely
month,
bullish to
11.
very bullish to now bullish, we're leaning more and more to the bearish.
18 trillion. And when those those numbers, those final numbers come up, they'll be even higher than that. That's a record in the history of the world. No country's ever
Gold is
done
currently
that.
stationary.
And that
can
money's
see.
going into plants, and you are giving them very fast approvals, thorough and environmentally correct, but fast approvals, and you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Another man doing a fantastic job, I think we all agree, is Marco. You're all over the place, right? I watched you last night in 3 different locations. So tell us about Iran.
Well, first of all, the bottom line is Iran's never going to have a nuclear weapon.
There we
And
go.
Recent events have done anything
Here we
to
go.
just remind us once again that they are the world's leading sponsor of terrorism. And they can never have a nuclear weapon. Now, the president's preference, Mr. President, your preference is told us repeatedly, is always to negotiate these things and to figure out if you can have agreements. Diplomacy is always the first option. And we continue to work on that through your envoys, Mr. Woodcock and Kushner and others, the Vice President, who've been very involved. And if there's an agreement to be made, we want that to be made. I think there's been some progress and some interest, and we'll see over the next few hours and days whether progress could be made. I just want to remind everybody, Mr. President, you know this well, you have other options available to you if that doesn't work. But the bottom line is that we prefer the negotiated diplomatic route, and we're going to give it every chance to succeed. I know you're giving it every chance to succeed, Mr. President.
I don't know.
But here's the bottom line, because I keep getting asked, what is this all about? It's very simple. Iran and these people in charge of Iran can never have a nuclear weapon, and they will never have a nuclear weapon, and they most certainly will not have one as long as you're President of the United States. On that point, it's very clear. Just 2 quick things I want to touch upon. One, you touched upon the border and security. Part of securing our border is dealing with the people that are in this country unlawfully, many of whom do not want to go back to the country that they originally came from for a variety of reasons. Either
We're at
we can't send them there,
1.7
or some
in
judge
profit.
ties us up. And one of the
We're
key
seeing a
things we
slower
have
move
achieved
from the sellers,
is
actually.
now 20 countries have signed third country national agreements, meaning these are safe countries where individuals who refuse to go back to their country of origin can be sent to that country instead. We've gotten 20 countries now around the world who have signed agreements that allow us to deport people to those places. What often happens when you go to the person who's here unlawfully and say, we're going to send you to this third country, is all of a sudden they decide they'd rather go back to their home country instead. So it gives the ability to enforce our laws, and we work very closely with the Department of Homeland Security on that front.
Yeah, we're looking on the oversold side though. On the RSI, 27.
Our number one obligation, we're involved in foreign policy, but even our foreign policy, the number one priority of our foreign policy is to protect the American people. We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States. And so the State Department and other agencies represented here, the
Might be carrying up
Disease
to the
Control,
upside.
HHS, others are working very, very hard to contain this crisis to the countries where it's currently located, particularly the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Continue.
And so we surged assistance to make sure that is being contained there. And obviously, multiple agencies involved here are also very involved in tracking people, just to make sure that nobody comes into this country that has Ebola and creates a problem for us. And we feel like we've got good efforts in place to do that, and Americans should feel assured that the President and his administration is doing everything we can to protect them on that front. My last point, said I was all over the place. One of the places I stopped in last night was to initial the Trump Route for Prosperity in Armenia. This is a key linchpin of the peace deal that you were able to achieve between Armenia and Azerbaijan. And in addition to that, we also signed a critical minerals MOU with them and a strategic engagement one as well. So just a reminder of another war you helped to settle, Mr. President. But from that, now we are seeing the emergence of a great new relationship with Armenia that really had grown stagnant for a very long period of time. So we're doing well on that front as well. Thank you.
Markets are pushing back up.
Cuba and Venezuela, what's going on there?
Well, interesting. On Venezuela, that process continues, that 3-phase process, of obviously stabilization, recovery, and transition. I would just say, just since January 3rd of this year, okay, and I think this number's right, Chris or Doug can correct me on this, but I think over 10 million barrels of Venezuelan oil have been delivered to the United States since the 3rd of January. That industry is being professionalized for the first time ever. It's going to the benefit of the Venezuelan people. They are selling oil in the market at market rates. The money's going to an account in the United States, controlled and monitored by Treasury, audited by KPMG.
Oil is coming
for the
down.
first time ever, the money's not being stolen. It's going to the benefit of the Venezuelan people. Cuba's in a lot of trouble because, unfortunately for them, it's run by a bunch of incompetent communists. Being communist is bad. Being an incompetent communist is like the worst. And but the country's been taken over by this company called Gaesa that basically controls 70% of the economy. None of the money in that company goes to help the Cuban people, none of it. So we'll be talking to them, we'll be working on it. You know, we want something good for the Cuban people, and hopefully there'll be a good outcome there for them. There needs to be. It's 90 miles from our shores, and having a failed state 90 miles from our shores is a threat to the national security of the United States.
So we're producing right now more oil by double than Russia and Saudi Arabia combined. There's never been anything like that. We don't need oil, we don't need the Straits, we don't need anything, but we have more oil now being produced by double, by 2 times, than Russia and Saudi Arabia combined. Great.
Got any news?
Do you want to say something about that?
Well, I would, President Trump, under your leadership, we've opened up lease sales on public land. This is land that was put away for the benefit and the use of the American people, like the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in Alaska. The Biden administration had illegally stopped holding lease sales during their administration. President Trump famously said, drill, baby, drill, but before you can drill, you've got to open public lands. Between the lease sales that have happened in the Permian, in the Bakken, and on the North Slope, just since January of this year, it's over $4 billion of revenue has come into the Treasury. That's 13 times more than the Biden administration brought in on lease sales in the entire 4 years they're in office. Sir, your policies brought that in 5 months. So with that, a lot of excitement, a lot of activity. We also inherited just in one district in Carlsbad, New Mexico, 5,600 unprocessed applications to drill for oil and gas on public land. And when we're drilling on public land, those companies pay a royalty, and that money comes to all of our citizens, and it goes to local school districts, and it goes to states. It is the core of the economy in parts of our country. The team down there working for the Department of Interior,
Still most of the liquidity
has
upside.
dropped that by 91%.
136
one of the reasons why they had a record
at
sales is now
76.5k.
people go, I can bid on federal land and I'm going to get a permit to drill, and it's not going to take
But I still am
5
looking
years
for
to
that
get it up.
liquidity in the downside
A month or less.
at 74.2k.
It's exciting to see your vision, and of course, with this energy dominance, us, as you just noted, largest oil producer in the world, largest natural gas producer in the world, largest natural gas exporter. This is an opportunity for us to bring prosperity and affordability here at home, but also to increase abroad. So, President Trump, your energy dominance strategy with Chris Wright, Lee Zeld, and all the people that are working on this, people around the room, it's been really incredible. And of course, you mentioned Venezuela, but all that flowing to our Gulf Coast refineries is also helping to keep the price of gas down at home.
We've failed to the upside. Looks like a new high here, kind of, and then a continuation of what I'm looking for
Energy has moved
right
from
now.
other parts of the world to the Western Hemisphere in the last 5 months. You turned Venezuela from a sanctioned adversary into a strategic ally in 45
We
minutes.
are one more subscriber away from 140. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
When I was there last week in Alaska, the North Slope, 80,000 barrels a day coming online at Pico. That wouldn't have happened with you. It's up by Willow on the North Slope. That's going into the.
I still am expecting. You can see a bit of the compression zone. Candles are very, very small.
So amazing work. Energy's a high-tech industry, and those guys are crushing it, and they're loving the fact that they can provide affordable, reliable, secure energy for America.
And we're working very hard in California. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but California has tremendous oil reserves. It used to be number 3 in the nation, and the radical left has just wiped it out. And we're working very hard to get that open again and get it so the people, their gasoline prices, their lack of energy is just staggering. It's staggering. And we're actually making very good progress. Even people that were against that at one point, now they're saying, wow, that'd be great. But people don't realize it was one of the, right, Chris, it was one of the top drilling states where I would say in terms of reserves, as among the top in the country. Nobody thinks of that with California. Everything was just closed down, really violently closed down. And we're opening up some of it, and we're being met with actually great spirit, because they're paying so much for gasoline that they don't have to be doing that. And you have a very incompetent group of leaders, like grossly incompetent. So I think that's going to be something. On a slightly smaller subject, while Doug was speaking, Department of Interior, he and his people have done a fantastic job on D.C. D.C. is looking beautiful. The fountains are almost all open. We had 28 of them. And we have one in particular, a very long lake, we call it.
Well, that'll be it for that. But yeah, I mean, it's not. There was literally just I'd say a 50-50. There wasn't really anything too important said in that whole talk. So yeah, I'm not really. I was expecting a lot more though, but yeah, unfortunately we didn't really get anything. There's not really any updates on the war. But we have literally just got some rejection. Well, 2 candles of rejection to that downside, so that could be a signal that we are leaning towards the upside, or it could just be rejecting from this level. You can see rejection from this level again here, so we'll see what happens as we progress into this trade. So crude oil is slightly coming up in price now. There's a sharp impulse to the upside there. We don't want to be seeing that that stop loss being taken. That would be very, very bad. Actually, I might move it up ever so slightly. So let's say this low here at 75,185 for Bitcoin. 75,185. Just in case, as we do still have a lot of space to move within this resistance level here. There's still that liquidity chunk at the downside here, as you can see. 105, 94 and 93 million liquidity. So nearly 300 million in liquidity at that downside. So obviously I'm being high alert with the whole Trump situation. Well, not a situation, but the talks that are happening right now. So you can see the rejection multiple times there. There's a bigger push. Question is it going to come past and continue even lower? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. We're at 1.9k in profit right now. $75,131. We can drop that stop loss ever so slightly. 75,135, I believe that was. Yes. So we do need to push even further. Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it or not? We'll have a look on flow. Oh, we could get rejected and obviously continue to move to the upside, and then we'll most likely see a rejection there as well. Obviously, unless now we get a stronger move towards that downside and we actually clear this whole level. And it looks like we have got that exactly. Obviously, we need to continue. Otherwise, this is just a fake out. It's pretty strong though. It's pretty strong. $2.2k in profit. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Ooh. No, he fell off the chair. But yeah, check out today's video if you haven't already. Some interesting topics in there. Everdex link is in the description below. Some insane things we've got on here. You can trade crypto, you can trade meme coins, stocks as well, Forex coming in the future. So if you're into Forex, then be tuned in. But yeah, we're currently sat in 2K profit right now. We've got a trade on gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and SUI. Gold does seem to be coming slowly up in price, as you can see. So we might have to close that position. Well, today we actually saw gold moving kind of the same as Bitcoin, which was pretty interesting. But now it's kind of completely ignored that. We'll have a look at Ethereum. We could do 2066 for Ethereum as a stop loss. And SUI, let's have a look. We'll do 10016. 10016. That'll give us a nice $500 in profit still. Bitcoin does look like it's had some resistance there, you can see, and I believe it will continue towards that downside. Let's have a look. Whales are bearish, mid is very bearish, retail very bearish. That's a good sign. Have we got any news? Doesn't look like we have. Yeah, mainly just news obviously on Trump. You can see that it's not an impactful headline. Same here, and then same here. So all the news sources are obviously what Trump has said, but it's not obviously anything big. But yeah, it's definitely worth taking into consideration what he has said. There's some important topics on Venezuela as well, that their infrastructure does look to be getting better, and it was run by communists. So yeah, Venezuela could be looking to much more of a positive side for the public as well, which is nice to hear, of course. We are slowly coming to the end to the live, so check that link down in the description below. That will take you to Everdex. You can obviously trade alongside me if you fancy, or you can obviously just trade it by yourself, completely down to you guys. I feel like I'm going to close that position on gold and come in for a position on Pudgy Penguins and short that. And take profit will be 0.8242. 0.008242. We want to see that move past kind of this previous low that we have. As for a stop loss, let's have a look. For now, we can put in, let's say, that previous kind of high area we had. So we'll come in at 0.008441. 0.008841.
Do you know what happens when you dream?
What? Oh, that's not right. 8.
Sometimes I wonder
8441, is it? $8441. Maybe. We've had a big push there from the buyers actually. But you can see we've been getting some rejection. We've still got about, let's have a look. We've still got 10 seconds left on that candle to fully form. We're seeing a pretty impulsive move from the buyers there though. We don't want to be seeing that price coming past that previous high. That'll be a very bad indication that we are actually changing direction. Liquidity wise, what have we got? 122 million now. We had 130 actually before. Now we've got 105, 120, 122 at 76.7k. So we'll see what happens. Eric Trump says Bitcoin will reach over 1 million. That is crazy. That is a crazy assumption though. I mean, Bitcoin's not even at 100k. I'm like, come on now, where's a million at? There's no chance Bitcoin's reaching a million. Of 21 trillion market cap. That is crazy. Are we going to be shifting to the upside? Let's see. Let's see. I mean, even if we do get a lower low, that'll be pretty good. But I don't think prices have obviously come above that price yet. So we've got some rejection, but buyers are still pretty strong. Buyers are still pretty strong. I don't really want to be coming past that previous high though, and that could kind of indicate, obviously, a move back up to the upside. But we still do have that liquidity at 74.2k, which is obviously just sat there. We attempted to come for it earlier on. We've made a low of about 74.7k, but yeah. We'll see if this obviously movement comes past this previous high. If it does, then we're still okay. If not, then yeah, we may be coming for a push towards the upside. So let's have a look. Right. So we'll actually sort of fail to surpass that previous high by the looks of it. But sellers do need to keep stepping in and pushing that price back down to that lower low. Otherwise, I believe we'll see a shift and a potential move towards the upside. Yeah, you can see we're kind of compressing right now. No news yet. Yeah, so there's no major news just yet. Yeah, but we're getting some rejection there. You can see rejection. Not good, not a good sign, not a good sign at all. Where are we looking like with gold? Gold is still bullish, gold is still heavily bullish. Why is Ethereum just... What? Bruh. My question is, why is Ethereum just closed? Right guys, we are slowly coming to an end to the session. So if you're looking for a place to trade, then definitely check out Ivodex. The link is in the description below. Oh, we've just been closed off by that movement there. We'll close that for, yeah, we'll be closing that for Sui coin as well. Where are we looking like? Upside, is it going to be an upside continuation just before this drop that we had? Or are we going to continue to that downside? It's a to be determined right now. It's a to be determined right now. It does look like we've had a shift towards the upside. I will be coming in for a long catching that move. We'll do the same on Sui as well, and gold as well. Not sure on gold actually, but for Ethereum we can. So we're posting these results in the Telegram, the Discord group down in the chat box down below, so make sure you join that. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. So as always, check that description, link is there if you fancy trading yourselves. Hit that subscribe button so you are obviously up to speed with all the latest updates. Some important things coming this week as well, so you guys don't want to be missing out. Now hit that like button, it'll be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you all in the next session. Tomorrow aiming for about 3 o'clock. Well, 2 p.m. That is, well, let's say maybe 6 a.m. Eastern time. No, yes, maybe. Yeah, 6 a.m. Eastern time, I believe. So yeah, tune into the next live session. That'll be tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow's session.